Sup, folks? In case you have or have not noticed, on my channel, I have recently passed 800 subscribers. Wow. I know I say that all the time, but every time I cannot help but say, wow. Now, I just got to thinking, I never really did a 700 subscriber special. I don't know why. I think it was just because that's just back when I was not in the mood to make any kind of video at all, I guess. I don't really know. I can't really think of another reason other than that. But so yeah, I recently crossed the 800 border, and I guess it's just kind of a I guess let's make a few shout outs in this video or something. This is really just kind of off the top of my head video. I guess I should have made it since I didn't do a 700 subscriber one. I guess I'll kind of mix that in here too. Um, One thing I probably should mute this. Sorry. After I read whatever the hell's on here. Oh, well, what do you know? I just got a comment from some guy who says he's going to subscribe me. Well, what do you know? That's another one. What a weird coincidence. Anyway, as I was saying, uh, I wanted to mention me trying to keep, not, again, it's not a promise, but me trying to keep my goal, I guess you could say, of making at least one video a week. I didn't, if you notice, I didn't make one aside from the one I deleted yesterday over the whole friendship thing. I meant like rants or whatever. I think I had another one like on the brain. I just didn't really get it out. I didn't really feel like it. Mainly because this entire spring break and both weekends, the weekend like before and after, I wasn't really all over the place, but I was here and there. I'll put it that way. The weekend before spring break started, I was over at my aunt's house for her birthday. Then the Sunday that we came back, we brought my one of my cousins back. She wanted to come with us. She stayed with us for the whole week. Then the rest of the Sunday, we were just kind of relaxing, getting everything situated, getting unpacking, getting everyone's stuff all, rearranged. And then we just rested. Then I had to go to work. Monday, I just kind of didn't want to do anything at all. I mean, it was the start of a week long vacation, a planned one this time. And I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't feel like doing anything. Just play my new DLC on Borderlands, which I will get to the Xbox related things here in a minute. Um, so Monday, I pretty much just did only that. Tuesday was basically the same. And after I went to work on Tuesday, because Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays are the days that I work, in case anyone's wondering. I think I may have mentioned the days before, but in case I didn't. Um, After work on Tuesday, I went over to a friend of mine's house and stayed there. I spent the night for 2 days, and it was a packed house. There was like 8 of us there total. Like no kidding, 8, I think. Seven. Well, actually started out as 8, and one of them left after the first day, so it was 7. So it was 7 who stayed there for both days, and we just hung out, played a lot of Xbox, just did internet stuff, and I think Wednesday night it was Wednesday because that was the night that everybody stayed before they had to leave the next day. Wednesday, starting at about midnight, we we kept ourselves occupied. I swear, I do not know how long this kept us or I don't know how this kept us occupied for this long. We got on this site called Omegle, which you may or may not know what that is. That's a site which basically the motto of that site is talk to strangers. You say like start chat, and he pairs you up with some random Omegle user anywhere in the world, and you start chatting. Well, recently they updated Omegle to where you can video chat as well, and so we we did that. We packed like all 7 of us behind one camera. It was the same as mine. It was a laptop we were doing it on. It was my friend's laptop, but it was a full size laptop, not a miniature one like I have. So the screen was big. I think he has like a Toshiba. I think I'm not sure. So we packed 7 of us. We were like 3 of us were sitting on the couch. 2 of us were like standing on our knees in this little wooden chest behind the couch, like draping on the couch like this. Looked like we were just talking, just looking at the camera and saying hi and all that stuff. And some people were just like completely weirded out at what we were doing, and completely understandable. I mean, you're video chatting with 7 people at the same time on some weird site like Omegle, and we just like couldn't stop laughing at what we were doing. Like one of our friends decided to be an idiot in front of the camera. Like he just like randomly like stick his face and like wag his tongue around just to be stupid. And it was just weird. Like 7 of us just sitting behind the camera talking to people. And unfortunately, Omegle is also a site that's full of some pretty weird people. about 2 or 3 times right when the video started. Like you can see that like there's a video on top and video on the bottom. The top video, that's you. Bottom video is the guy you're talking to or girl. And about 2 or 3 times we got a video of some guy who was how can I say this? Playing with himself. Yes, I'm not kidding. Playing with himself. Just I'm not gonna try to simulate the action, but I think you I think you can guess what he was doing. And so we're just like, okay, disconnect. Then we talked to someone else. And after most of us either got bored or went to bed, me and one other friend of mine stayed there for like 3 more hours. We were talking to some girl. She was actually really cool. And so, that kept us occupied till 7:30 in the morning. 7 hours of Omegle. Oh my god. And I just like straight up fell asleep on the floor, head on a pillow, no blanket, light shining on my face. I didn't care. I was sleepy. I was that sleepy. I was willing to sleep anywhere. So I slept on the floor. I did have a pillow though, so that was good. So after Thursday was over, it was just me and my friends who already lived there, not the ones who lived in the other city. They already left. So I stayed there for another day till I had to go to work. Then I came back on Friday. Then my aunt came down, and then I basically went with them, my aunt, my mom, and my cousin, to the midnight release of Twilight New Moon. Now, as most of you, or all of you, hopefully know about me, I don't like Twilight at all. I am not into the series one bit. So we go to the Barnes and Noble, and we get there at about 10:20ish, and I had not eaten. So I take my mom's car, then I drive over to Wendy's, get something to eat, come back, and then I go in, and it's about 10:30. And since this is a midnight release, the release shenanigans don't start until midnight. So I'm like to myself, I'm like, okay, I gotta find a way to pass the time. So I'm looking in the aisles. I have like these funny books slash game guides slash board games, most of which are like game show based. Surprisingly, I found one on Lingo. Lingo was like my favorite game show for the longest time back when I had GSN, Game Show Network on Comcast. And I ended up coming by this one book called Would You Rather, the dirty version. Yes, the dirty version. And so I was like, you know what? I can't help it. I have to read this. And I didn't think I was gonna be able to occupy myself with one book for an hour and a half. But people, next time I go to that Barnes and Noble, I am buying that book. It's only $12.95. It's not that expensive. It's a lot of pages and some really really bad jokes. I mean, or well, would you rather's, quandaries, I guess, or ponderings. And I would recite one of them now. Actually, two of them that I have. Um, yeah, two of them that I have in mind. There was one that said, "Would you rather gain? No, no. Would you rather lose 10 years off your life if you got to have if you got a chance to have sex with Megan Fox, or would you gain 10 years to your life if you had sex or could have a chance to have sex with Madeline Albright, who, if I remember correctly, is a big fat old lady?" And then there was another one that's not sure I should say this one, but you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway. It was too good. I think this is from like two different ones. I'm like compressing, like, because I couldn't remember exactly what one of them said or what either of them said. So I'm just gonna take two of them that sound kind of similar. There's one that said, "Would you rather shove a sewing needle through the head of your penis for 10 seconds, or dip your testicles in boiling oil for 5 seconds?" And remember, it's a would you rather, so you have to choose. You don't necessarily have to do it, but you have to choose. People, I was laughing so hard, like I was like straining to control my laughter. It was like, and I was in a bookstore, okay, a quiet, well, semi-quiet because it was like a Twilight release, screaming teenage girls everywhere. Anyway, so I tried to. I'm like laughing my ass off. There's like old ladies sitting left and right of me. I'm covering my mouth with my hand to try and hide my laughter. I mean, I could barely control myself. It was horrible. It was like hundreds of pages full of horrible would you rather's. And if I had the money, I would have bought it. Next time I go there, I'm definitely getting it. It was, oh god, I have not seen anything so sick, with such a sick type of humor since, well, my friends and I over Xbox Live. Which, speaking of, I'll get to that now. Late last night, my Xbox Live account got suspended for one day, just today, because apparently having one or two swear words in my bio is enough to get overly sensitive people all in a tizzy and get them to report me enough to get me suspended for a day. Well, big whoop. I'll be able to go back on Monday. That's a little quick quandary there. Um, so that's the where I've been part of this video. I really doubt this is a 800 subscribers thing, but you know what? I'll name it that anyway. Next video I put up, which will be made immediately after this one, or immediately after it goes up, is going to be shoutouts mainly. Maybe plugs. I haven't really watched many people do the same things as I do, but it'll basically be a shout out to some of my, well, hell, all of my closest friends on here, brothers, sisters, friends, all kinds of people. So expect that coming up soon, and by soon I mean immediately after this video goes up. Yeah. So that's, I guess, part one of this 700/800 subscriber special, and I will be back here soon for part two. Until then, see you guys later.